What is sustainability? Nowadays, the term sustainability is found in different contexts, from supermarket products to school projects. We generally believe that sustainability has to do with preserving or maintaining resources. We often associate sustainability with things like recycling, using renewable energy sources like solar and wind power, and preserving natural spaces like rainforests and coral reefs. Actually, sustainability is an approach that takes into consideration the needs of future generations, the development of the world's poor areas, and the conservation of the environment. A forest is a good example of sustainability if it remains diverse and productive over long periods of time. Seen in this way, sustainability has to do with preserving resources and energy in the long term, rather than exhausting them quickly to meet short-term needs and goals. In particular, sustainability seeks new ways of addressing the relationship between societal growth and environmental degradation, so that human societies and economics can both grow without destroying or overexploiting the environment or the ecosystem in which those societies exist. So, sustainability can also be defined as meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. As a matter of fact, sustainability is about more than just the economic benefits of recycling materials and resources. True sustainability depends upon three interlocking factors, the so-called three pillars of sustainability: environmental preservation, social equity, and economic viability. First, sustainable human activities must protect the environment. Second, people and communities must be treated fairly and equally, eradicating global poverty and the environmental exploitation of poor countries and communities. And third, sustainability must be economically feasible. Human development depends on the long-term production, use, and management of resources as part of a global economy. Only when all three of these pillars are incorporated can an activity or enterprise be described as sustainable. With the MOVE project, we have discovered new ways of preserving the environment, which are employed by the wineries in our country. In particular, we have learned about them in the visit that we paid to Bartolomeo's winery.
On May the 21st, 2018, we visited the winery Bartolomeoli in Valdobbiadene. The company was founded in 1949 and it is run only by women. The green mark guarantees a standard of quality and the ones who respect the protocol are paid more. In this way, there is less pollution in the atmosphere and less impact on the environment. Bartolomeol is interested in an environmentally friendly development of viticulture. They take care of the production of the wine from the harvest to the bottling, and paid more attention to CO2 emissions, which are causing global warming today. First of all, the company owns 3 hectares of woods which fully compensate for the pollution they are making with vine production. Secondly, Giuliana Bartolomeo has tried more and more to implement a method of viticulture that respects the vines, the earth, and the surrounding environment. So the company now has an organic vineyard, which covers about 4 hectares owned by the family. In 2011, it obtained the organic certification. The vineyards are treated only if there is a risk of illness for the vine. Treatments are made only with products based on sulfurs and coppers. Herbicides are prohibited and the fertilization is always made with certified or natural products, such as branches, mowed grass and droppings.
In 2007, the European Council of Agriculture Ministers established that organic products must be labeled to better recognize them. The European Council also dictated the rules to label all the organic products. This means that every farm that wants to adopt the organic production has to follow these rules to certificate their products as organic ones. First of all, the organic production has to respect natural system. The producers have to respect the environment without using chemical pesticides, and they must not produce any GMOs. To do that, organic farms have to choose: first, organic materials from other farms; second, natural substance; third, materials obtained naturally. How can products be labeled as organic products, and how can consumers recognize them? Firstly, products must have a logo and a labeling so that consumers can recognize them. Thanks to this labeling, consumers are also informed about the origin of the agricultural products. These organic products have a code to specify that they are authentically certified and guaranteed. Which are the certifications? Talking about wine production, organic viticulture is a synonym of producing grapes and wine of the best quality, using natural processes to prevent diseases and pests. The certifications which can be found are DOCG and DOC. In Valdobbiadene, Bortolomeo's winery is one of the wineries which has applied the Green Mark Management Protocol. This particular protocol has a precise goal. If a winery wants to improve its organic production, it has to manage vineyards by using a more eco-sustainable process so not to destroy the entire environment.
Meridiana Wine Estate. Meridiana's roots date back to 1985 with Marc Micheli Farrugia and the oenologist Denis Dubourdieu founded the company. But Meridiana Wine Estate was really established in 1994. Since then, Meridiana's mission has been to produce world-class wines of Maltese charter. So, wine is made from wine grapes grown exclusively on Maltese soil. The name Meridiana was inspired by Malta's southern European location. In 1989, on the strength of successful experimentation with different grape varieties, an estate was acquired at Taccali, situated in the walled city of Mdina, Malta's agricultural heartland. But during the Second World War, it was used as an art field. The Taccali wine estate was planted in 1994 and 1995 with Chardonnay, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Syrah grapes. The first harvest in 1995 and 1996 produced a limited quantity of red and white wines. Since then, the domestic demand has been so high that some of Meridiana's wines are sold out before the following vintages releases. The current portfolio includes 10 labels, 4 whites, a rosé, and 5 reds. Most of the wine produced is sold domestically, but Meridiana also reserves limited quantities of its wine for export markets such as Japan, Russia, Switzerland, Denmark, United Kingdom, Sweden, and United States. On 3rd July 2018, we had the opportunity to visit the winery Taccali Wine Estate. A guide gave us a short introduction of Meridiana Wine Estate. Then he showed us the first installation of Chardonnay, and they are in the period of upbringing, which means that the vineyards are growing and they could be trimmed for the next year. There are 19 hectares of Cabernet, Merlot, and especially Chardonnay, but all the vineyards of Syrah have been removed for planting Chardonnay. The guide explained us the process of white wine, and for the harvest they don't use machines because the vineyards are old, while for young vineyards they use machines. For the treatments they use copper and slapper. About the process of wine's fermentation, for white wine they use low temperature, about 12-14 degrees, instead of high temperature, about 24-26 degrees for red wines. We also visit the wine cellar for refrigeration. They have an innovative system of separate cooling, one to reduce the temperature to -4, -2 degrees. It is used to remove the potassium from wine and then bottle it. And another system is with water, used for the fermentation with lower temperature, about 10 degrees. They had a main structure with refrigerator. All the systems are monitored by the control panel, and every tank has a different temperature. At the end, we tasted 2 different kinds of white wine and 2 of red wine.